morning everyone, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome back to Abstract Medicine. I hope you're all doing well. So today we're going to have a look at some messages from Spirit. I haven't quite decided what it's going to be, whether it's going to be a pick-a-pile or just a collective reading. I feel like whatever it's going to be, you've come to the right place for insight about your situation. So as you always know, please take whatever resonates for you and just leave what does not. Maybe the messages will resonate for you at the time that it needs to resonate, and maybe it'll resonate later on. Okay, so the candle's just gone out, so that's fine. I'll fix it in a second. I want to look at the Psychic Tarot for the collective first, and then I'll decide with Spirit if there's going to be a pick-a-pile. Okay, right, so let's have a look. What's the general message for the collective? Please, Spirit. I hope you're enjoying the June predictions as well for all of you. And what's next in love predictions as well, pick a pile. And also, just another quick announcement as I shuffle. Abstract Medicine has been verified on Instagram, which is a really, it's a great achievement, and it's also a lovely way to be recognised for all of the hard work that I've put in for the channel here on YouTube, but also on Instagram. It also protects me from spammers as well, to be honest. So that's one very important note, and also to show you that I am a legitimate person and someone who has important messages to share and to be of service to the world. So if you feel called to, if you're not following Abstract Medicine on Instagram, go ahead and do that. You can find Abstract Medicine on Instagram. It's abstract and then _ medicine with a line underneath. If you want a private reading, I'm accepting private readings at this time, and I'm also accepting shamanic healing sessions at this time as well. Okay, there's two. Should we just go? Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the candles, so both candles have gone out. I don't know what to do. It's windy, so maybe I'll just leave it as it is. So as you can see here, we have the crown chakra, okay, number 7. Oh, wow, we have the heart chakra, yeah. This has been coming up a lot, actually, in the collective. And conflict and defeat, okay. All right, let me just adjust the camera, I think. Do I need to? No, I think we're good. So you have the heart chakra here, the crown, the conflict and defeat, and the crown chakra. So a lot of you have been conflicted okay, I see what's happening here. There are three groups here, and I think this is where the pick-a-pile starts. There are 3 groups here that are dealing with the heart chakra, whether it's healing their heart and opening up their heart for love as well. Okay, self-love starts with self-love, as you know. And then we have conflict and defeat, where there's another group here that is conflicted about moving on, or possibly even there's an energy of someone who's keeping an eye on a situation and is also feeling defeated. And there's another group here that has ascended into a true connection with source, with the universe, with self, with their higher self, and also is entering into a stage where they are opening up to a new love, where there is a psychic connection. This is kind of giving me the energy of the monks. Okay, so the crown chakra is psychic abilities and spiritual insight. Okay, so for some of you, this could be you abstaining from a physical intimacy at this time. Okay, so I would say what I'm going to do, rather than putting timestamp, well, I could put timestamps below, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go ahead and read each card for you with other cards that I have here, with other decks. So obviously you can listen to all of the decks, all of the cards. This could also be just your whole situation at this time, where you're leaving something behind, you're conflicted about doing that, and you're finding it hard to do that whilst opening up your heart, but doing that with trepidation, and also wanting to abstain from physical intimacy and have more of a connection with spirit. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. Let's just have a look and just see what's up with pile 1. So pile 1, we have number 4 here. Stability. Okay, so the stability here. I don't usually use this deck for the public. This was a deck gifted to me by Nikki from Abstract Medicine Collective, so shout out to Nikki, so thank you so much. I've used this in my private readings for myself, but I thought it would be quite fun to read these cards for you, as they've been charging under the full moon over the last 24-48 hours. So let's have a look at the heart chakra. For those of you who have picked this card here or wanting to listen to all, I'm just going to go straight into each one, okay? So basically this could be either a collective video or a pick a pile video. You can decide what that is for you. However, I think I am going to put it up as a pick a pile video for the playlist on the YouTube channel, Pick a Pile playlist. So what's up with the heart chakra, please, Spirit, for pile 1, number 4? You could be a life path number 4 in numerology, so you might want to have a look at that. There's an energy of stability here and finding a sense of self and home within your heart space. Pile 1. Your aura is exuding green as well. So you have, a lot of you, your aura is green. And for some of you, you may have lost it a little bit because of a situation regarding romance, regarding heartbreak, or regarding an emotional situation that may have been blocked. So your heart chakra is kind of opening up now, or is wanting to come back to source, I'm hearing, okay? Exactly. Can't make it up. We have the Judgment card, the 2 of Cups, okay? Wow, this flipped. I love this deck because they flip. See, we have the Devil card. Okay, so pile 1. Let me get 3 more, please, Spirit. Queen of Swords, yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. 2 of Swords. To be honest, I feel like these cards are related to the other piles, but we're going to get one more. Thank you, Spirit. High Priestess. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. Let's just peep here. Page of Swords. Keeping tabs. 3 of Cups. Where there was celebration. Maybe someone was dealing with an ego. Conflict. Yeah, okay. So pile 1, for those of you who chose this pile, for some of you, you have experienced a wake-up call, or someone around you has experienced a wake-up call. Two and 2 adds up to 4, where 2 people had found stability within each other's hearts and, you know, space, mind. There was a mutual attraction here. There's a mutual understanding, a likeness of minds, body, and hearts in particular. And both of you had shared your emotional feelings about each other. So say, for example, one of you had woken up, had awakened to the connection, had awoken to the connection, because you knew that it was a divine connection here, okay? And that person who had awoken earlier than the other was the one who had shared their emotions and had shared their cup to the other partner. So they had said, I love you, before the other person had said, I love you. So there's an energy of vulnerability here, okay? I feel like one person here is spiritually awakened or awoken, and the other is still dealing with that. So this person here could be dealing with toxic habits or a situation that has left them trapped. This could be work, something to do with toxic habits or patterns as well. To be honest, what I'm picking up on is the male in this connection, or the masculine in this connection, or, you know, the masculine energy in this connection, whether they are a man or not, is the one that is dealing with dependency issues or toxic habits or behaviors, control issues, you know, dealing with things from their past that were very negative and toxic. This is the person here, I feel, who is I feel realizing that they are blocked from this connection now, okay? Because you may have blocked them here with the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. Even here where they try to connect spiritually and in the dream space with you, we have three major arcanas here with the Judgment card, the Devil card, and the High Priestess. I feel like this person is dealing with toxic relationships here of an emotional connection, because they themselves could be dealing with self-worth issues. So they usually attract people who control them, take advantage of them even, because that's all they know from their past. So they could have grown up in that environment, okay? So use your imagination on that, or take what resonates, as I say, and leave the rest. There's someone who was undecided or who is undecided here. This could be presently now as well, by the way. So when I'm saying, you know, different tenses, it could be today, now, or in the past, or in the near future. But someone could also be obsessively going to a tarot reader like myself, or booking readings with me, or booking readings or getting insight somehow by someone who knows how to tap into the hidden mysteries of the universe. And we have the World card. I'm going to get one more, please, Spirit. Thank you. There's also an energy of someone who may have blocked someone psychically from entering their dream space. I think I may have mentioned that already. Someone who may wish to reconcile here. We have two cards of reconciliation, because they're now starting to recognize and realize, or they always knew your worth, but they weren't feeling worthy of expressing how they truly feel. And we have a connection here, a divine connection here. We have the Queen and the King of Swords, as you can see here. So they're definitely keeping their cards to their chest. And this person, this situation, this pile here is all about love, I feel, romantically speaking, without a doubt. I don't feel like it's work. For a lot of you, you've moved on, or you've been trying to move on. Feminines in this situation, divine feminines, you've been trying to move on, you've been working on your self-worth, and you've been trying not to be triggered by a toxic behavior, by someone who you felt a kindred energy with. And you knew, because you were awoken to the connection. This was a spiritual connection. This was a divinely orchestrated connection that was orchestrated from spirit, through spirit, to be with this person, because you have mutual interests, you speak the same language, not just linguistically, but also in a way where you speak the same, you're on the same page here. And there's this energy of feeling whole with this person, you know, but something had happened here. I'm picking up on a tower moment where someone was still trying to deal with some sort of negativity in their life. Okay. I'm picking up on someone who definitely had control issues here. This person here, the Queen of Pentacles, the Divine Feminine, I would say, in this connection, is someone who really knows their worth and they know what they deserve. But I feel like this person is currently alone. Okay, they've chosen to be alone. They would rather be alone than be in a toxic situation, no matter what it was or is. Because I feel like the feminine here had lost their patience and hasn't quite lost their cool, because you have the Queen of Swords here. But whatever truth that they had delivered to this person, their counterpart essentially, was pretty clear and cutting. So I feel like these two people are not speaking at this time. They're not in communication at this time, because the feminine here knows their worth and they know that they would make an amazing partner for the long term, for the future, and also be a mother and a wife, if that's what you're wanting, if you're a feminine. If that's not what you're wanting, then, you know, take whatever what you want as it resonates, as you know. So in either way, this person here is looking at the future, and this person isn't going to settle with anyone. This person is very decided, you know. This person has also dealt with a lot of situations in their life, particularly with regard to their heart. So they come across as a little bit, I wouldn't say bitter, but pained because of many failed relationships, because they weren't able to be with someone who had met them at their level. So this is someone who has had many so-called failed relationships. Okay. So I feel like it was close. So there was a situation here where they were close to having a completion here, but something had taken place here where it didn't work out. And the window just opened up, and it's quite windy, and the card that flipped over, I'm not sure if you saw that, is the Three of Swords. Exactly. So it didn't work out because this person has been, the feminine here in this situation, has been dealing with heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. And there's only so much that this person here, this feminine here, can take, where it's like, you know what, I'd rather just be divorced or single and be on my own, because this person's been hurt so many times, emotionally speaking. So I feel like for those of you who picked this card, you are identifying as the feminine in this connection, and you are healing your heart here quite clearly here with the Three of Swords and number 4 in the heart chakra. So you're finding a sense of self and home here within your heart space, okay? And you're dealing with something that is heartbreaking. Underneath that, we have the Emperor. Exactly. So we have someone here who you thought that this was the one, essentially, the divine masculine in your life. But they were taking things way too slowly, and things didn't quite evolve. There's a soulmate energy here as well. Okay? There was a truth that was spoken here, and there was a healing of a heart here. So something may have ended abruptly here, okay? Seven of Wands. I feel like the feminine here in this connection had to assert their boundaries and had to be on the defense. So maybe they had to close their heart chakra here. And work on their self-worth, work on themselves here. Now, the feminine here could be any sign, but what I'm picking up on here strongly is Pisces, Cancer, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra for some of you as well. You could be dealing with someone who has strong Capricorn in their chart as well, okay? So that's what I'm picking up on. So you've had to move away, or you've had to emotionally try to withdraw from this connection, okay? And try to move on even though it's been difficult. This could be happening right now, where you're trying to move on and you're finding it very difficult, okay? Pile 1. You could be studying something as well. You could be learning how to maybe find ways to appreciate yourself. So saying kind words to yourself or positive affirmations to yourself as well. You could also be gifting yourself things like jewelry and buying yourself things too. We have the Five of Swords. There's someone here who I'm picking up on could be this person moving to the pole, the second pole. There's a temptation that's taking place here. Let me have a look at this temptation. What is this temptation? There's someone here. Okay. Someone absolutely is obsessing over you. Pile one. I'll just say you are pile one. Pile one, someone is obsessing over you, and they're keeping tabs on you. They're either keeping tabs on you at work, they're keeping tabs on you whether you work with them, in the same office, the same floor, around your home. They're keeping tabs on you online. They're seeing that you are also, experiencing some sort of a glow up here with the Judgment card. You could be rising stars as well. And they're keeping an eye on you. They're obsessing. I'm picking up on someone who's obsessed. You already know this though, pole one with the High Priestess. You already know this. Okay, so we have the Eight of Pentacles. This could also be someone trying to figure out a way to communicate to you. This is also someone I'm picking up on who's creating fake accounts in order to connect with you. I'm also picking up on someone who may have changed their phone number, and this person has sent you a text message from another number that you do not recognize because you may have blocked them, okay, from communicating to you. 21 on the clock as well here, and we have 21 here, so that could be significant. Either way, there is definitely an ending that's taken place here. There's an ending of a connection, there's an ending of communication as well. Sorry, Eight of Pentacles, we have someone who is, perfecting their craft, focusing on self, maybe even going back to school for some of you. We have the Queen of Wands, so exactly, we have someone who's definitely experiencing a lot of admirers around them. They are very magnetic. Part one, you're very magnetic. Leo energy here, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, as well as Aries, as well as Sagittarius. Okay, so pick those if you have that in your chart, and also strong Pisces and Cancer. For some, Scorpio as well in your natal chart. Okay, so you may have those signs that I mentioned in your 3, so Sun, Moon, or Rising, or in your Mars, or your North Node, or your Venus placement. Okay. Yeah, so we have someone who's very magnetic, very attractive, desiring. I feel like for you, Pearl One, you're finding it difficult to move on because your attention is still in the past, and you still have some sort of sense of something for the person that hurt your heart, essentially cut you up emotionally. You're wanting this person to wake up to the connection. Okay, let's have a look at this card. Yeah, and we have the Five of Cups, so we have disappointments, we have disappointments and a resistance to move on because we have 2 cups here, as you can see. Behind this person, there's a resistance for this person to get over that bridge, walk over that bridge and find stability possibly elsewhere with someone else. This is someone who may have experienced 3 failed relationships of importance, 3 major relationships. This person, Pole One, this could be you. You could already be a mum and have children. You could be a parent and have kids already. And so you've already crossed that bridge, but you're wanting true love, essentially. So you are, behind this cold ice queen exterior, there is a gentle soul here with a lot of love to give. But people have misused that. Okay, let's get one more, and we have the Sun. Okay, so I feel like there is hope and there is healing on the other end of this bridge, on the other end of this wall. We have the Sun here, and this is usually your demeanor, Pile One. Your usual demeanor is sunny and warm and consoling, and trusting and healing. You bring about a lot of healing. You are a healer for a lot of you here with the High Priestess too. And you are awakened because you are, spiritually attuned to the cosmos and to spirit. And I'm seeing here that there is an energy of you're usually very emotionally abundant with people, but you're healing people that have taken your heart and misused it, for trash, essentially, for rubbish. And I see also you're coming back to innocence. And I'm hearing the song by Enigma in my head that's coming through, which is a return to innocence here. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have a King of Wands. Exactly. So, you know, we have a counterpart here. So you could be moving away from someone who you thought was going to be in alignment here, a spiritual connection that was going to be divine, but maybe you're having to move away from this connection, this person, because they haven't awoken to the connection, and they're not doing what it takes in order to meet you where you need to go, essentially, which is to your next chapter here, a revolution of the soul, a revolution of the mind, a change of scenery. You know, you're moving on, essentially. However difficult it's going to take, this could take a year, you know, to heal. Take however long it takes. Don't worry about other people's judgments as well, Pole 1. Who cares? Just you take however long it's going to take for you to heal from this connection. And you could be moving into a new connection where someone meets you on the same page, not halfway, where there is mutual chemistry here, mutual attraction. You're both very well respected and admired in your line of work as well. You know, and this person is going to be committing. This person is wanting to commit in your near future. They themselves may have also dealt with an energy where, you know, they didn't reach their wish fulfillment completely, so they ended up cutting their losses and moving on themselves too. So you're going to find synergy with this person. There's also fate on the card here. So for a lot of you, and there you go, Ace of Cups, there's a new love here. So for a lot of you, you're going to be moving in to an energy where eventually you will have moved on from your past connection. It's disappointing, yes, but you know, this person is going to be a soulmate, okay, who has worked on themselves, who's also experienced similar, but they're also wanting to be on the same page. And this person could also be, or you may have, dealt with a divorce as well. That's just another hint from Spirit. This person is going to be just right for you, okay? Pole 1. So there's quite a few different scenarios here. Libra energy here strong, as well as Leo strong too. Pisces, Cancer, and all the other signs that I mentioned here. All right? This could happen within 4 months, 2 to 4 months, where you meet someone new and they're destined. Okay, this could also be a healing of the heart that's going to take some time to heal. So allow your heart to heal. All right, Pole 1. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. All right. So I'm going to leave these cards here, and we're going to go to Pole 2. All right. So Pole 2. For those of you who picked Pole 2, the number 5 and the defeat card, then this is your reading. Okay, so pile 2, what did I say about pile 2? Angels, ancestors, guides. So some of you have been conflicted about moving forward, moving on with your life. You may have dealt with a lot of conflict. You may be dealing with conflict at this time. You may be dealing with legal matters, arguments, situations where you're wanting to run against the grain, doing things against the tide, against the wind, because you're not wanting to conform. I'm hearing you're a non-conformist, Pile 2. We have the Ace of Cups here. This could be another love situation. So you're wanting a new energy here. You're wanting a new emotional, satisfying situation. You're wanting to run quickly to your emotional satisfaction here. And it's a new energy here. There could also be overseas or distance factors here, travel here involved. So we have the 9 of Cups, exactly. So a lot of you who picked pile 2 are running, running away from something, running forward towards your wish fulfillment here, pile 2. And also for some of you, also a new home, a new stable connection, a new relationship. You've been burdened by love maybe in your past, okay, pile 2. Conflict, number 5 is conflict. Four of Pentacles. Holding on. Moving towards your wish fulfillment, exactly. You know, letting go of things that no longer serve you, emotionally speaking, because they didn't serve you, they didn't heal. There wasn't something that was healing, there wasn't reciprocity here. Moving away from something that you may have already stabilized over the last 8 months, emotionally speaking, but it just wasn't cutting it. So you're thinking about moving on, moving forward, maybe even traveling abroad. And we have something that is evolving. So something big is changing in your life, pile 2, where there was conflict. I feel like there's going to be a resolution though. Pile 2, we have the 8 of Wands. So a lot of you could be receiving lots of messages, communication, emails, phone calls, text messages, direct messages online, about an opportunity abroad, about someone who's wanting to move forward with you, and then wanting to take this relationship to the next level, I'm hearing. If you're ever feeling pressured to be in a situation and a connection that you're not ready for because you're holding on here, a bit reserved, yeah, don't do it. You know, focus on your intuition. Don't feel, if you're ever feeling conflicted as well, you can also book a private reading with me as well to get more clarity. We have the 10 of Cups, but for a lot of you, this is someone who you're listening to your intuition, you're listening to your gut here, and this situation is going to be steadfast, as well as fast. So you're moving into an energy where you're rapidly moving into stability here. For a lot of you, these 2 cards fell out with the wind. For a lot of you, you've been waiting an opportunity to change as well here, and something has definitely has definitely died here. So there's definitely been an ending here. There's definitely been an ending, and you've been waiting for the right opportunity to launch for something. This could be a career, this could be a project, this could be, you know, starting a family, you know, being in a relationship even. But either way, there's something that has ended, and it had to end in order to bring in the new, because we have the Ace of Cups here, which is a new emotional situation, a new spiritual enlightened experience as well, psychically speaking. This could also be a new relationship. You know, for some of you, this could be you about to be married to someone. You were about to get married to someone, and you got cold feet because you realized, actually, you know what, this relationship was a burden, and something had to change, and therefore that relationship had ended. Now, this will not resonate for all of you. This relationship had ended because maybe someone was too reserved, or maybe someone was pushing you to do something that you weren't ready for. So you kind of ended up getting married, or you ended up accepting a proposal, you know, but deep down you've been conflicted. Okay, so some of you have been wanting to find a way to escape and run rapidly in the opposite direction, pile 2. We have the 8 of Swords here. So the reason why some of you had moved in with this person, or moved into a relationship really, really quickly with this person, or maybe this is something that you did before in your past, where you didn't study people before you ended up being in a long-term relationship with this person, is because you were dealing with self-worth issues, which happens due to, you know, how you were raised as a child, your environment, you know, what you see around you, sometimes even what you see in popular culture about romance and relationships can be quite fake, you know, can be over romanticized and not practical. So maybe you had an idea of love, or an idea about relationships, or even an idea about parenthood for some of you, and you just sort of rushed into that connection, and then you ended up being stuck in a situation for the long term here with the 10 of Pentacles that you kind of couldn't get out of. But I see now that a lot of you are running away and running in the complete opposite direction. Okay, here. So some of you are really wanting to, are romantics, and are wanting to quickly move towards a new love here, okay? A new situation that you feel is part of your destiny. Maybe you're having to wait to close something out first before taking flight, you know, taking a flight, getting on a road trip, getting into your car, moving forward, moving on, moving into, you know, maybe you're having to close a situation out first before you do that, pile 2. Now we have strong Cancer energy here, as well as Scorpio energy, okay? We have 2 major arcanas, Cancer and Scorpio energy. So this could be dealing with something from like a deep wound, a deep mother wound here, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, and it's the mother and the home. So this could be dealing with a home issue and dealing with mother wounds here, okay? Dealing with something from your childhood here. This could also be trauma with physical intimacy here that you're dealing with as well. Okay, Pile 2. Yeah, and you know, we had the Ace of Pentacles that was in the bottom of the deck, and it's come out. So this is a new opportunity. For some of you, this could also be a new career path, a new opportunity at work. So you could be receiving lots of emails and text messages, an opportunity that's going to be very successful for you, that you're going to overcome any kind of sense of self-worth issues. You're going to be overcoming this. This could also be mental health issues too, that you're overcoming because you're realizing, you know what, I am worthy in any capacity. So try not to be too conflicted about your sense of self-worth, because I see that you're moving forward, maybe even relocating, moving on into the next chapter of your life, next 10 years of your life, where this is regarding a new relationship, a stable foundation, possibly, where there was lots of changes, lots of conflict, Pile 2. And this is a new opportunity for settling, I would say, Pile 2. Yeah, you know, if you're ever feeling pressured to move quickly into a situation, go slow. Say, look, you know, candidly speak your truth and say, you know, I want to just go slow on this. 4 of Wands, you know, a lot of you have something exciting to celebrate. So this is what's going to be happening for you, Pile 2. You have something very exciting to celebrate here. A proposal, a marriage that's going to last, I'm hearing. This one's going to last, I'm hearing, and maybe, you know, you are a bit conflicted and reserved with your energy because maybe the last situation didn't last, which is natural, understandable as well. And you could be meeting someone abroad. You could be meeting someone who is ready here with the Chariot. The Chariot is ready to move forwards. Look, and underneath that we have the Emperor card. So this is someone who is very romantic as well, I would say. 88 could also be significant, so you could be seeing those numbers. We have strong Aries energy here, and we have someone who maybe you've been in separation from, okay? So maybe this is someone who you're dealing with, who you're conflicted about because they may have betrayed your trust somehow, or they may have left you out in the cold. You know, they ghosted you, they left you on red. You know, take what resonates, but there was an ending here. This could be a same-sex partnership too. Again, with all of my readings, that's just a given, as you know. But we have someone who's now wanting and willing to settle down here with the King of Pentacles. Okay, and this could be someone who's been conflicted about maybe marrying again, because we have the marriage card here. Okay, so this is someone who may have moved away from you energetically, and now is wanting that, now is ready here with the Chariot card. King of Wands, they have passion, desires for you. Now this could be this person, or this could be someone that you're dealing with. You could also be resonating with Pile 1, and this could be the person that you're moving towards, essentially. So signs here, Cancer, Scorpio, strongly here. For some of you, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus as well. Okay, Pile 2. Yeah, this person has had sleepless nights. I just had measuring, so they couldn't measure up to your level, I'm hearing, Pile 2. They couldn't measure up to you or your standards, I'm hearing. But, you know, if they don't measure up to your standards and your level, it's not because you're, you know, demanding, or, you know, you just have high standards. So if they don't measure up, they know, and they knew having sleepless nights and worrying, and like really worrying. You know, they knew that they had to level up and reciprocate their energy. Now, for a lot of you, you could be moving into a situation where you're moving into a sense of authority in your line of work, where you may have been lacking financially. So maybe you weren't given the salary that you thought you deserved. So you're moving abroad, you're moving into the next town, next city. There's definitely travel involved here. Either way, this could be romantic and love-wise. There's a helicopter that's passing by. Exactly, there's a helicopter that's passing by. You know, out of the blue, there's movement. Out of the blue, there's someone who's running in the opposite direction of where they were running. So maybe this is someone who was running away from you and now is running back to you because they're worried. They're worried that someone could be proposing to you. They could be worried and having anxious thoughts because they see someone who could be financially stable or more stable than them, more charming, more attractive, more appealing, you know, more reciprocous, if that's the right word, with their energy, with their time, and even with their money. And they're worried and concerned that you could be experiencing or having an energy of a new romantic relationship, a new love, a new situation, a new relationship, where you've had to end because they didn't give you closure. Okay, so pole 2, that's what I'm seeing here, and also because they were too slow. So they're burdened by these concerns, pole 2. They're burdened by these concerns, pole 2. So they're trying to run in the opposite direction towards you, but maybe they're thinking it's too late. Exactly, we have the Tower card and the Star card. Okay, so the situation here for you, pole 2, is you've received some kind of breakup or shake-up, and you've been healing. You've been rising above the ashes here. Scorpio energy, the rising of the Phoenix energy here, you know? So someone literally could have maybe even left you out in the cold and left you for dead, so-called, so to speak. And now they're realizing the errors of their ways here, pole 2. You know, as you shine, you're not going to be dimming your light for anyone anytime soon anyway. So pole 2, there's someone here who's conflicted whether they should stay or go, run towards you. This is someone who could have mental health imbalance as well, one way or another, so take it as it resonates, please, pole 2. They're not sure whether they should run, they should stay, they should move, they should not. I mean, this is someone who needs to go to get counseling, needs healing some sort, because this person is unstable somehow. I just saw 42 on the clock. You could be dealing with someone who's 42, you could be 42 years old, or something important could be happening when you're 42 years old. Strong Aquarius here and Scorpio. But there's an explosive energy here. Now, for a lot of you, this could be someone who could suddenly rush in that you're unexpecting, you know, unexpectedly. Okay, pile 2. Who you were in solitude from, you know, and you had silenced you, you know, who was not grateful or was bored in a connection or was not seeing your worth here, taking you for granted. Maybe they were in their ego here with the 6 of Wands. Okay. But they see you shining, pile 2. Interesting. If you like a private reading on this situation, let me know. Now, you know, this is a general reading, so this could be work or love, okay? But there's definitely a sudden breakup here, or a sudden situation that ended abruptly, and someone may wish to run towards you because they're feeling insecure that you may have moved on and into a new situation. But they're still conflicted whether they should communicate or not, or come in or not. So they're kind of hot and cold here, pole 2. But what I see here is that you deserve someone who meets you at your level as a star, who is pure and innocent, and has pure intentions, pole 2. So let me know how it resonates. Okay, we're going to move on to pole 3 now. All right, so pole 3, for those of you who chose the crown chakra, For a lot of you that I was picking up on, you are probably abstaining from physical intimacy at this time because you may have dealt with Pile 1 and Pile 2's energies. So you may have sort of dealt with, you know, having to heal your heart, having to heal with people who are, you know, hot and cold. Okay, you'd rather be single, you'd rather have a strong connection with spirit, with God here. We have the Magician here. So path 3, we have number 7. You are possibly a life path number 7 in numerology, and for a lot of you, you could be witches, magicians. I just heard spirit guides on earth, people who have a very strong connection with the occult, with spirit, with what is hidden. You understand magic, essentially, path 3. You understand Kabbalah, you know, the hidden laws of the hidden realms. You understand the metaverse, yeah, even on a basic level. So right now, I feel like for you, path 3, you're focusing on maybe even studying occultism or religion. You're healing with the Temperance card here. Strong Gemini energies as well as Virgo and Taurus here. So you're willing to manifest with the aid and alignment of spirit. I feel like you're on the right timeline as well, path 3. What you need to manifest in reality, path 3, and it starts with the crown chakra, because you realize that everything has consequences. You know, every cause and effect, every cause has an effect, every action has a consequence, and path 3, every thing that is spoken here, is communicated, has a positive and or negative or equal response to what has been spoken about or communicated. Now, I do see that for some of you, there is a strong telepathic communication with someone who could be a Virgo or a Gemini, who is wanting to negotiate and collaborate with you. Okay, for some of you, this could also be you going to an ashram or going to a temple and actually just being with like-minded people who are abstaining from physical intimacy at this time. So you're more connected with the spiritual realms at this time, and you are staying single. I just had a flash of the 9 of Pentacles. So you'd rather just be single and just work on yourself, work on your creed. I'm hearing your creed. Okay, your religious practice, your spiritual practice, path 3. Yeah, exactly. We have the monk here. So for a lot of you, you are focusing on your spiritual practice. You just rather not entertain anyone at this time. So you could be a life path number 3, number 9, number 1, and number 4, as well as number 7. Virgo energy strong here. Pole 3. So the next 3 years of your life could be very significant for spiritual change that you are experiencing. Some of you are actually experiencing a spiritual awakening, maybe for the first time, and you've stumbled across this video, you stumbled across abstract medicine, and I'm grateful for that. So thank you for trusting me to guide you here. Pile 3. Your crown chakra is opening up. So your crown chakra is your where your brain is, but it's the pituitary gland, kind of in the middle of your brain. Essentially, it's like a tiny little spot, essentially. And it's opening up. So a lot of you are experiencing clairvoyance, where you're able to see into the future, you're able to predict, you have the gift of prophecy. And these are gifts that Spirit is ushering in for you, because you are going to be someone who's going to be guiding others with those gifts, right? You have the Ace of Wands, exactly, a new inspirational insight here, you know, a new idea here. 2 of Wands and the Moon. For some of you, you are connecting with someone who may not be in the physical world, who may not be in the physical realm, pile 3, who is someone who could be your divine counterpart, your twin soul. This person may be in the etheric realm, could be in the physical world, could actually be manifested in the physical realm, but is someone who you may not necessarily be meeting in the physical realm. So this will resonate maybe with 2 of you, I'm hearing. But I'm also seeing for a lot of you, you are delving deep into your shadow. Some of you experience an ego death as well, pile 3, and you are connecting with your spirit guides. You are seeing ghosts for some of you. You're seeing some paranormal activity, and it's because you're really in touch with the spirit realm. Now, for some of you, this could be a little bit scary, obviously. But pile 3, I see that you are protected, and I would say, Spirit is telling me to tell you to protect yourself with a circle of white light. Okay, for those of you who are dabbling into witchcraft, please be careful as you do this, because when you do this, you can attract all sorts of situations and people and energies and timelines and portals that open up where you're not meant to open. All right, pile 3. So be careful of that. Pay attention to that. If you'd like some guidance with that, you can book a direct reading with me through the tarot, and also a shamanic healing session where I delve into those things that I can't delve into here on YouTube or even on Instagram. So pile 3, I see that there is something that may have thrown you off a little bit with something you may have seen in the spirit realm. I also see that for some of you, you're wanting to move, you're taking a chance on something or even someone. Or someone is taking a chance on you, all right? Now, this could be a spiritual endeavor that you're very passionate about, you're excited about. Now, for those of you, again, who are dabbling in witchcraft, get a coach, get someone who knows about these things like me. Speak to a shaman, speak to a qualified shaman. Now, a qualified shaman doesn't have certificates, okay? Reiki masters do have that, but I am a shaman and I'm qualified, and I don't have a certificate for that. I just have that. My qualification is in my DNA because I come from a long line of shamans and shamanas. So when you know that to be true and you resonate with that person and the energy, you just know that they are qualified to guide you. All right. Now, for those of you who are entertaining plant medicine to get guidance, again, go with your intuition on that, because not all people who deal with the spiritual realm as guides are good people. So you may have had a negative reaction. I'm also hearing and picking up on here that some of you who've been entertaining physical intimacy in the spiritual realm, okay, may have had a adverse reaction, I'm hearing. So you may have seen or experienced a low vibrational entity. This could also be in the physical realm. With having physical intimacy with someone, you may have experienced a negative, low vibrational entity, okay, that needs to be cleared here. I'm also seeing here that you could be experiencing a spiritual birth. So you could be experiencing a spiritual pregnancy or a ghost pregnancy, pile 3. I'm seeing lots of mirrored numbers here for you, pile 3. Yeah, we have someone here, you may not be able to see this, but I'm seeing, pile 3, a lot of you are experiencing openings of portals in the spirit realm that you are tapping into. Many timelines in the astral realm. Okay, some of you are doing astral projection as well, traveling. We have the 5 of Wands, and there are certain doors that need to be closed, and there are certain doors that do not want to be opened. So again, please pay attention and be careful with those doors that you are opening, because there are doors, there are energies of sentient beings that do not want those doors open. Okay, I'm seeing that here. So again, your curiosity is something, but when you're spiritually curious, it can bite you in the backside and in ways that you do not expect. So please be careful with that. Please, these things are no joke. You don't want to be joking around with those energies, okay? Because they can latch on and attach themselves like leeches as well. Knight of Swords, the Fool card, and we have the 6 of Cups. So again, we have a bit of naivety energy here. For some of you, you could be naively going into spiritual realms, again, as I said before, where you're not meant to go to them. because you need a guide to grant you access, I'm hearing. And for some of you, you're not spiritually evolved enough, pile 3, to access those portals. Okay, so those portals are being closed for you because you're not ready. And you have to go through certain gauntlets, through certain stages in the physical realm and the spiritual realm in order to access those spiritual portals. I'm hoping that makes sense to you. A lot of you are connected with someone who physically moved away from you, but you are spiritually very connected to. Maybe even has their back on you, but you are very spiritually connected to. Okay? Strong Aries energy, Virgo energy, Libra for some. Strong Aries energy, Libra for some. Strong Virgo, strong Gemini energy, strong Cancer energy as well here. Very strong. Okay, so take that as it resonates. You may have that in your North Node, your Mars, your Venus, your Sun, your Moon, and your rising sign. For a lot of you, you're a bit scared about something. What is pole 3 scared of? Moving forward. You're excited to move forward. You are wanting to move forward. There's a desire to go in with a learner's, a student's mind here, especially for those of you who are interested in spirituality. But remember that there are consequences, okay, whatever you do, negative or positive. So always have a guide. Maybe you can call in a guide as an animal, as a spirit guide. Something from your past is wanting to return and communicate truths. Now again, this could be an energy of something that may have nefarious intentions. Okay, now this could be in the physical or the spiritual realm. Okay, so take it as it resonates, please, pile 3. They want to win at all costs. Now this could be someone that you may have, remember I spoke about you're abstaining for some of you from physical intimacy. This could be someone who you may have had physical intimacy here. And you've had to make an important choice over. We have 2 and 2 here again. Someone may have been juggling you, another person, or another situation. You have choices, pile 3, okay? You also have choices. You always have choices anyway, but you have an important choice to make. This could be a strong Gemini energy here that I'm picking up on that came out twice. Where you have a strong physical connection with, who is wanting to return and speak truths, and maybe they're finding strength here to communicate because they're seeing you as the one, divine feminine energy, for those of you who resonate with that. You could be choosing between a twin flame and a soulmate as well. Tell me about this. Yeah, look, we have the Emperor and the Page of Wands. This person is a divine masculine, and this person is in charge of their business. They are mature now, maybe they weren't, and this person has a lot of physical desire for you, pile 3. They do fantasize over you, without a doubt, and they're wanting a new start, a new fresh chapter with you. They may want to reconcile with you, pile 3, and right now they could be communicating with you in the spirit realm. Maybe they had ghosted you as well, pile 3, and they're seeing you as someone who, pile 3, is very emotionally open, usually emotionally available, and is also doing very well for yourselves in your life. This person is also wanting to claim you. Now this person could have control issues as well, and is not wanting to let you go, pile 3, in order for you to move on to another connection. Pile 3, this is someone who you may meet in a friendship group as well, or maybe this is someone who was a friend and now you're seeing them in a different way, okay, in a romantic way. You do have choices though, pile 3, strong Aries energy here. We have the Empress here, okay? So for some of you, you could be connecting with a very strong divine counterpart who could be a father, you could be a mother, you may have children, or either way, they may wish to have children with you here with the 6 of Cups as well, doubled, and wanting to rush in to have a fresh new start with you. And wanting to lock it down with you here with the 10 of Cups as well. They're building the courage and the strength some of you, this person may have had to emotionally mature. They have everything else sorted out in their life, where they are stable with many things and they are experienced with many things, but not when it comes to love. And so maybe they've experienced true love later on in their life, or this could be you, you know, where you could be experiencing true love in your older years, so above the age of 40 plus. Okay, pole 3. And the last few cards we have, so Leo energy here, Virgo energy here strongly, as well as Libra energy, as well as very strong Aries, as well as very strong Gemini energy here that is coming through. Okay, so 3 of Cups is a celebration, a reconciliation, friendships coming through as well, a group of people that you are around and then someone spots you and you just know that they are the one for you, because maybe in your dream space you've been having dreams about this person before you meet. Okay, some of you are also single. There's communication that comes through. Someone approaches you, you know, this is outside, I feel like an outside event, maybe at a wedding, a birthday. I'm not saying a funeral, so don't worry. This could also be your parents introducing you to someone as well. And a lot of you have been healing your hearts here with the 4 of Swords. And we have the Knight of Cups. So I feel like you're going to be feeling a little bit naive in love all over again, I would say. I just saw 111 on the clock here. So for a lot of you, pole 3, you're taking a time out from love, and then just when you do, you meet the one, okay? For a lot of you, you are advancing spiritually, pole 3, and for a lot of you, you are working on your financial independence, and also your spiritual studies as well, and you're also experiencing clairvoyance as well. Now, the last cards that we have here is the Hierophant, the Hanged Man, the 4 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, the Temperance card, the King of Cups, and the Page of Cups. So these are the cards that are missing from all of the piles. So if you've come this far for all the piles, pile 3, a lot of you in the collective are dealing with a commitment, dealing with religious factors for some of you, dealing with maybe commitment phobes, okay? You're going to be seeing things in a spiritual way, in a different way. A lot of you are releasing your ego as well, having trust issues as well for some of you, you know, overworking as well. For some of you, you've been waiting for something to come through, maybe even an opportunity at work or payment, a salary. You've also had enough of people who've been playing with you, playing with your heart, you know, playing with your energy, running in, running out as well. A lot of you have been healing, and a lot of you have been finding ways or new ways to balance out your quelling the anger as well, you know. And a lot of you are dealing with someone who is emotionally unavailable but has a lot of deep love for you, who is also wanting to apologize as well. So this could be whatever. So pile 3, pile 2, and pile 1, if you've come this far, that's it. You can book a private reading with me. You can book a shamanic healing session with me. You can book a reading where it's just about love notes from your person of interest as well. That's also there on the Abstract Medicine page on my website. And that's all I have for you, pile 3, pile 2, and pile 1. I'm wishing you well, and definitely go and follow Abstract Medicine on Instagram as well. Take care. God bless. Bye for now.